Warning: the Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Snowflakes should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a G.I. Joe, Navy SEALs, Army vet, or someone with good common sense. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color, corrupt politicians, white people with or without a tan, haters who have yet to brush their teeth typing angrily in the comment section with hot breath syndrome, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic language, dark comedy, unique intelligence, creativity, a high credit score, and high blood pressure when triggered. This program has also been accused of racism, violence, misogyny, mansogyny, feminism, MGTOWism, defacement of celebrities, and of course, being a bully. Welcome to Thought Crimes.
Welcome to Thought Crimes, everybody. This is your girl Sincere, and I'm here with
your man P Solo. Let's get into it.
So I was checking out Impressive Channel. Then I saw the Azalea Banks situation, and I actually believe her, whether she flip-flops on what she said or not, because as you will see in these images, Lady Gaga has been to these spirit cooking events where they've also eaten cake that is supposed to look like a human body or a human body part. We've seen a lot of cultic symbolism in her videos, although that's not the only strike, because you could have positive symbolisms that are cultic or negative. But Lady Gaga has had a long list of infractions that haven't really been talked about, like even her partnership with R. Kelly, where young girls said, why would you work with R. Kelly when he has been seen on, tape messing with young girls and all this other stuff? And she made a bunch of excuses for R. Kelly at the time. This woman, in my personal opinion, is not far-fetched that she has something against black women. I would not be surprised. Solomon, your thoughts?
You know what? We just got through talking about those Geminis on TCZ News, right? Y'all get over there too, by the way. Subscribe. Y'all love the Patreon. Well, Patreon and podcast that we did over there too, by the way. So you can get over to our Patreon. Then, of course, y'all know we did our live stream podcast over there at TCZ. And a lot of you Geminis will be happy and proud of it. Some of y'all say, y'all didn't show the Geminis any love. Well, we've shown y'all love now. As far as what Azalea Banks is stating, a lot of times with Azalea Banks, because look, she got her own kooky way of doing things, but I think Lady Gaga, Lady Blah Blah is kooky and bizarre and wild and off the hook. And I think she's had a lot of public infractions culturally, but because I guess her positions or what she may have been deemed worth to the industry, as we've seen with anyone in that industry that is making that type of money, and I'm talking about for the record labels, of course there's going to be sometimes to some degree a hedge of protection. There may be some biases in that protection that we've seen throughout the years. But we've seen Lady Gaga with her Abramovich tours. We've seen Lady Gaga or Lady Blah Blah, her spirit cooking. And even that Lady Gaga has a little short miniseries where she's talking about Queen Mother Goddess Abramovich. She left me in a forest blindfolded for 3 days. And I felt my deepest, darkest desires. We even said, well, not us, but we've heard people state, and Lady Gaga talked about in articles where she couldn't sleep by herself in her own bedroom, that somebody always has to be there, because she said, as she said in her own words, that there are demons that are after her. So as far as what Azalea Banks is talking about, I'm going to tell you something. It's not that far off from what Lady Gaga has already told us before, Ms. Banks.
Of course, demons are after you. And for those who don't believe in that, something's after her. I mean, her dogs got kidnapped or something like that, what she was crying about. Lady Gaga is a weirdo. She is someone that is seemingly into Satanism. I know some people say they don't care about it because these things ain't true. I always say, it doesn't matter what you think. What matters is what they think. And they believe in this stuff. You have people who have satanic rituals. Let me just give you an example why it's important to study these things. Even if you think they're all this is all mythology and fictional things, why did Charles Manson kill people? He believed in this stuff. He believed in Satanism. He thought he was this spiritual leader. He commanded people to kill other people. So any wise human being would know to study things just in case certain people are trying to use it on you. Whether you believe it or not is irrelevant, and that's your personal choice. But obviously, there are people in this world that uses these texts, these symbols, and so on and so forth to do heinous things to other people or make excuses for heinous acts towards other people. So I actually, it's not far-fetched to me. Obviously, you heard it's not far-fetched to King Solomon. And I'm still laughing at the fact she complained about demons and she can't go to sleep by herself anymore. A lot of these people, most of them that play in that particular world and do all those creepy things that Lady Gaga has allegedly done, they're always punks at the end. And they're always chicken out at the end. And they always want somebody to come save them at the end. So I do think she was jealous. I do think she was doing her witch magic and all this other stuff, trying to cast spells on competition like they alleged Nicki Minaj and other women. I wouldn't be surprised. She seems like a very jealous individual that would, go get her cauldron and put different blood magic and stuff just because someone may be outselling her or something. So she looks like that type.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Lady Gaga, she's very bizarre to me. I wasn't really into any of her music. I thought, of course, they went over the top with her videos because, they have to sell her, and she was guaranteed to make a lot of money. And she did generate a lot of money for the music industry. Her career in itself on the musical forefront has pretty much, it died down where she's put her focus elsewhere. But it didn't stop her from trying to seek clout at the time when musically, people have been losing interest in her, when especially concerning R. Kelly. And she went over there and had this strange public performance with her and R. Kelly grinding on the table or Jimmy Carter's presidential table. Some weird, probably occultic, esoteric ritual that I wasn't all that privy to, but I know what I saw. This is all bizarre.
Do you think she had sex with R. Kelly? Ugh. I know it's gross, but I wouldn't be surprised if
I would burn that room. I would burn that room. That is disgusting, and that is horrible.
I mean, it's not far-fetched for someone grinding on his genitals on stage.
Yeah, but even when she talked about the whole thing concerning Abramovich and she romanticized the experience that seemed bizarre, and I do feel there is a lot of bias in the media because if Ashanti had said, "Oh, Queen Abramovich left me in the woods in the forest for 3 days and I was naked and I felt the swamp leeches crawl up my butt," she would have been ridiculed. She would have been laughed at. People would have been trying to burn her posters in the streets. Lady Gaga, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I like Azalea Banks as far as her just being funny to me, bizarre as hell herself. But I do believe she frequents those spaces. We saw her being flown out by Grimes and Elon Musk for whatever reasons.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. But Lady Gaga, I don't know if you all have been seeing her interviews like I've seen them, but she's always said some weird, bizarre stuff to me. Not to me personally, because I wouldn't be in the same space as her, but some of her interviews, it made the side of my head hurt.
Solomon, you wouldn't let her grind on your genitals?
I would have Lady Gaga arrested.
For sexual assault?
I would file a lawsuit. I would have you or B. More drape a coat over me, and I would be crying, and I don't know why she did it. I told her not, no. I would drag that one out. That would be a grand old lawsuit.
Just that, I'm glad you said that because other people are going to bring it up. They're going to be like, "Doc Croft, you being a hypocrite because Azalea Banks buried a dead cat." I wouldn't be around Azalea either. No. So I do, but she is a great snitch. When these white Hollywood people act up, The parties that she go to, she will snitch. When Russell Crowe on her, what did she do? She snitched. She told us RZA was doing that snort. She told us snort. She told us she had the threesome and the group sex with Elon Musk, and with, you know, she let Dave Chappelle hit it, and Dave Chappelle confirmed he did hit it. You know, she came out and said Lady Gaga was asking to drink Nicki Minaj blood, and also tried to send Azealia to attack Nicki. So to be honest, Azealia Banks is a truth teller in the disgusting cesspool that she also participates in. But at least we can get the truth. And also, I would say, let this be a lesson, even what was told about Lady Gaga and Perez. Perez at one time was this, you know, blogger who was very popular. And one of the reasons that his empire crashed and burned is because he started to attack people based off of celebrities that would hem up behind the scenes. Like, you know what, Lady Gaga had Perez go after Christina Aguilera, go after Nicki Minaj and all these other people. And now look at him. You cannot be a bummy media platform that you build up your influence by allowing other people to puppet you like they're the puppet master. You come off as a puppet, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to media, it doesn't matter how stupid you are, how weird you are. Once people find out that you're being controlled by a celebrity or any other entity, they're not going to have respect for you anymore. This is why certain people who are personalities in the media culture, even some of them that I don't like and I don't personally feel are good for the culture, they're still standing tall because people believe that nobody is pulling the strings behind them. So once again, when the curtain, is opened and people see what is actually going on behind the scenes, and they see that type of stuff, you know, they're not going to like it. But overall with Lady Gaga, you know, I agree with everything Solomon said, and it's a very itchy group. I never thought Lady Gaga was attractive, and it's very interesting how she's not even selling. But like Solomon said earlier, they're very hypocritical, and when it comes to Lady Gaga, they put her in movies still. She gets all these big deals, even though she ain't selling like that anymore. And, you know, even the movie that was nominated for an Oscar, I'm not going to say it was a trash film because I didn't watch it. But, you know, even when it comes to some of the film debuts she's been in, it wasn't like it sold, you know. And one last thing, I almost forgot. Lady Gaga is one of those stereotypical people in bloody Hollywood, Bloodywood, where they are talented naturally. She plays a lot of different instruments. Her voice isn't bad. She can dance. But she is the epitome of selling yourself short just so you can gain material possessions quicker instead of trusting the process.
Bars, son. Bars for all you New Yorkers out there. I think we can leave it off on that note because, Lady Gaga, it don't matter what bird nest wig she put on, she just made me itch all the time. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And I just remember that they were selling her as Madonna Jr., you know, until Madonna Sr. said she's copying me, you know, and I just...
Which was going to happen with 10, 9, 8, 7.
I was like, well, I don't know. Madonna's, you know, she's pretty much going to make a U-turn on that one because she endorsed her at first. And then when Gaga started catching a wave, Madonna said, whoa, wait a minute now. So I don't know. I just always felt there's been some strange energy with Lady Gaga, and I've heard many of her interviews throughout the years. She's told us publicly over and over and over that she's weird. She does blood magic. She does all these rituals. And the fact that Lady Gaga and Azealia Banks, what does that conversation sound like? You know, that sounds like a wild conversation. So, yeah, and the reason why all of it's weird because I remember even when Nicki Minaj had that Exorcist performance at the Grammys.
Take your medication, Roman.
Yeah, when Whitney Houston was dead upstairs. It was just, it's too much. It's too much. So, look, whatever you have to say about Azealia Banks, I'll put it like this. I believe her.
Same here. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to Thought Crime, subscribe to TCZ. We have a Gemini conversation about the top Gemini rappers in the game on TCZ. So subscribe to that. We also talked about a couple of things like Young Thug situation and also what's happening with Gunna. So check that out on TCZ and also our Patreon, Thought Crimes. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe to Thought Crimes and also our website, www.thoughtcrimesworld.com, and our Patreon. Peace out, everyone.
To this day. To this day.